Hello and welcome to the Troyiverse. Today is May 25th. Actually, it's my long past grandmother's birthday today. The temperature is a nice breezy 65 degrees. um, it is 11:49 Monday. I am not enjoying this weather. I am perturbed. If you have listened to my podcast before, or if all caught up to all my podcasts, then you would have remembered, maybe not, the time I spoke about my ceiling in my bedroom, leaking, gaining a fault, if you will, if I was in Britain, or if I was British in Britain. But yeah. So over the last torrential rainfall that has been happening, I am not complaining in the least compared to what New York, Jamaica, Queens is going through, because jumping jamoli, uh, that's wild. The whole city, like that whole part of the city is flooded. Like that's insane. Um, I do have a theory about that. I will get into that in a little bit, but yeah. Surprise, surprise. I woke up. I was awoken, uh, yesterday morning to the consistent sounds of plopping on, the side of my mattress. Luckily, I don't sleep on that side of the mattress. Um, but that's where I originally heard the plopping the first time, and I shifted and moved my bed around and put a bucket and everything under there. Told the family, of course, the blood family, um, and just was like, they'll deal with it, if they deal with it. If not, then, you know, I'm already setting my plan so that I can move out and, get my either RV or hitcher to, latch on to Nagi. But yesterday morning, we got to the plopping, um, at like 6 to 6:30 in the morning, and I was up until like 11, no, like 10:30 ish, before I basically passed out again. But yeah, so that happened. Um, so I've been frequently checking the weather reports to see how long or when it's going to be raining again. It was supposed to rain throughout all of today and last night, but luckily the forecast keeps on switching up because, they are predicting the weather. They are not, concrete about the weather. Especially because here's the conspiracy theory part of it. They have weather machines. They can create clouds and storm clouds and yada yada yada. Which, when I tell you, I do believe this was all a elaborate scheme because they are pissed off at Mayor Maddy in New York. Like, I find it hilarious that after Mayor Madani took their deficit down to zero, then all of a sudden, out of the blue, because remember, it is now going into like summer, like we're still, I guess you could technically say, I mean, no, it's summer. It's summer. And like, what, I can't remember, was it Minnesota? I can't remember where, but they had a weird snow blizzard. Now we're getting like this El El Nino is now becoming a super El Nino, which is about to happen soon. But like all this rain and stuff like that happening, don't get it wrong. I do not look forward to the summer, even though my birthday is like in 2 weeks. Well, like a week and a half basically. Um, but even though I'm a summer baby, I can't stand the summer. I overheat quickly. I run like a machine. So when it comes down to it, like I hate being sweaty. I hate being hot. But regardless, that's not the point. I feel like they set up like the weather making machine and did a thunderstorm over New York just to shit on Mayor Mondani. I honestly do. And of course, Philly is close enough to New York to suffer the consequences of that, weather tragedy, if you will. So yeah, um, another thing that I feel like, I find it like hilarious because I feel like this is all shitbox and the Republicans and shit like that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not on a whole thing that Republicans are the only one doing bad, Democrats are good, yada yada yada. I think both of them are, like I said in my last podcast, which will be airing um, in my time tomorrow. Your time aired last week. But yeah, like I really feel like this is one of those things, like the donors that fund the Republicans and the concept of capitalism were pissed off at Mayor Mondani because he really got shit done. Not to mention, he is basically boycotting everything that is established with or connected to It's Not Real, because he's not going to the It's Not Real parade. It was previously stated that he was not helping or giving vouchers or whatever the concept was for businesses that support or endorse It's Not Real. He shut that down early in his 5-month term because, guys, remember, it's May. May is the 5th month. He was in office for 5 months when he got this deficit down to zero. So it boggles the mind when people keep trying to be like, he was in office 6-7 months. He just got sworn in the first day of January or in January. How is he was there for 6-7 months? This is why Trump won, because people aren't intelligent anymore. It don't make sense. But regardless, it has been a interesting week for me. I literally have been again avoiding the news, all these different politics that are out. I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but this timeline is so entertaining because it really is like a horror movie. Speaking of horror movies, Obsession is, I haven't seen it yet, but I have been, it's so funny, I've been interested in seeing that movie since I first heard about it, only because the main actress, the actress who plays Nikki in the movie, I've been a fan of hers since Superman and Lois on was that CWWB, whatever the network is now. But ever since they brought that show out, and I've been a fan of that show since the first episode to the last episode of all the seasons. I think her acting is phenomenal. I thought the acting from everybody in the show was phenomenal. Only gripe I've ever had with that show was the actress who plays Lois. I can't stand seeing her acting as she's crying. It takes me out of it. It takes me out of it every time. And it is very few actors where I'm I just can't watch them perform or act. But especially the dude who plays Danny Rand in Iron Fist and the Defenders. I can't watch him act. Like every time he talks, I'm just like, you're phoning it in, dude. Like I'm good, but like the actress that played Lois, I think she's a phenomenal actress. It's just when she starts like crying, I'm just like, no, I don't, I don't want this. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this. Please stop giving her these emotional scenes. Just give her like everything else, like as an adulting mom, as a adulting mom, and a fiercely protective mom, as a loving wife, as a protective wife. Like, yeah, I mean, like even when it comes down to her standing up and being like in front of like basically Murphy from like RoboCop because she know Clark gonna come out of nowhere and help her. Like I fucks with that. Like she, the epitome of Lois. I dig it. Like I thought she was awesome, but every time she cried, it was just like, nah, I'm good. But getting off of that, because honestly, that's the only gripe about the show, and it is what it is at this point. The show is over. I didn't know she was married to the main lead from the show Grimm. That's her husband. They're married. That's actually pretty dope. Never watched the show. I don't really care about it. I thought it was a great concept, but I just didn't care to jump into watching it. But yeah, the main actress from Obsession is from Superman and Lois. She plays Lana Lang's daughter, who got into a relationship with Clark and Lois's son, one of the twins, and even her storyline. I thought her storyline was great. I thought she was a great character. I wasn't even mad when they actually they separated her and the twin, and because of her experimental like moment, and which like like I was like, that sucks, because she was dating him when that happened. um I don't condone cheating at all, so it's one of those things like, you know just don't do it. Just be honest, or at least get to a point, if you do start feeling feelings for somebody else, talk to your partner and be like, hey, listen, I don't want to alarm you, but I am starting to get those same butterflies that I got with you with somebody else. I don't want to cheat. However, I don't know where this is going. So if it's a moment of time, if we could take a break, or if you're open to us having an open relationship, have some type of like a communication with each other. Like, don't do the deed and then come back and be like, "Oh, I did this." That sucks. That sucks for everyone involved, but it definitely sucks worse for the person who had that done to them. So, but regardless, the movie, I know everything that happened in you can't escape it. Like, at this point, I find it hilarious because I feel like how the dudes from the Red Pill found like American Psycho and was just like, yeah, this is our movie. But then they found out later that it was a woman director that actually created their, greatest movie for them ever. It feels the same way now, because all the women who like are screaming to the top of the hills, I'll choose the bear, I'll choose the bear. Like, they're just like fawning over like this movie, and it's like everything, like, it was a male director, one, and then the thing that they loved the most about the ending, I'm not going to spoil the ending, but the father of the director was the reason why the ending was the ending it was, because the director originally wanted a different type of ending. It was so funny because it was the whole, I'm not comparing these movies or saying they're the same thing, but it was just a thing of how the director wanted a different ending for True Romance, but he decided to change it, even though because originally Quentin Tarantino wrote the whole script for True Romance, and he had a different ending, but the director changed the ending to have it where it's at now. Phenomenal film. If you haven't watched it, go see it. But yeah, like the director's father was like, no, I think you should change it to be this way. Which personally, as a Gemini, I can see both ways of how they wanted to end it being, honestly, beautiful and fucked up on both sides. So on both ways, but regardless, I'm happy the movie is doing really well. I was a fan of the director for like over a year and a half now, because I've found a lot of his comedy skits that he used to do, he still does, but he used to do with his friends and stuff like that, and I always thought they were funny. So I'm glad that he is getting his flowers. I'm glad the whole crew and everything, and the actors and everybody involved with are getting their flowers, because it's great. From what I know of it, all the background stuff, all the interviews I watched with all the director and the actors, stuff like that. Like, I was always interested into it, but they're not playing it at the movie tavern that's closest to me, and I don't really feel like driving all the way to the next closest theater to me, and I just don't feel like doing it. I'll get to watch it eventually when I guess it comes on Max or Netflix or something like that, or Amazon, whatever. Speaking of Amazon, so I love anime. I've been an old school anime cat since like the first Dragon Ball when I was a kid, and going up to from Z to GT, the Super, the first real motion picture animes that I would watch was Akira. I think I said this all before, like Akira and Ninja Scroll. My uncle was the one who actually brought anime into my life, so of course, him being an adult, he also had other animes that was between anime and hentai, but it wasn't hentai, like Go-Go 13, Crying Freeman. I would say Ninja Scroll, because Ninja Scroll does have a lot of mature elements to it, but yeah, like Vampire Hunter D, like I was Fist of the North Star. I was brought in the fire of like anime, of the original stuff. So I love it. I still love it. Every few years or so, I'll like drop out and like not watch anything for a while and come back. So anyway, I've been watching anime. I've been jumping back into it for the last year and a half now, and there's a lot of stuff that's out, like Frieren is out, which is a phenomenal anime. What else I've been watching? Apothecary Diaries season 1. I haven't watched season 2 yet. I haven't watched season 2 of Frieren yet. My Dress Up Darling season 1. I haven't watched season 2 yet, which now I am currently watching season 2. But anyway, the reason why I bring this up is there's very few times where it's like I have to watch this anime. Usually it'll be a thing where it's like I'll see it and I'm like, all right, if I get around to it, I'll put it on a list, and when I get around to it, I'll get around to it. But when I tell you, I see this clip from this, and I see the clip. I think I see like 3 clips from it. Like spread out periodically, just seeing 3 clips. But the fact that I kept seeing, like the last 2 times I seen clips from them, I was just like, I gotta see this anime. Like I have to see it, and it's oh my god, I can't pronounce the name of it because I don't want to butcher it. I'm horrible at pronunciations of words that I didn't think of or am not accustomed to saying anyway. But I'm going to spell it out because I know how to spell. Shimoneta. So if you look it up, watch your own discretion. It is a anime that deals with teenagers in high school, but it is beyond sexual in the most immature way possible. It's hilarious. I could not stop laughing because like the two main characters, it's oh my god, it's the main character is like from the perspective of the male character, and then his somewhat best friend slash like love interest is his his classmate, she's a complete utter pervert, but in like the best way possible. Basically, the concept of the world, and it tells you when the credits like come in. It's basically a world where in this timeline in Japan, debauchery and sexual stuff is outlawed. So they have like chokers on everybody's necks and bracelets on everybody's wrists and stuff like that, and they monitor you. They monitor. They watch everybody's body movements, and they have listening devices in. So if you say anything that is derogatory at any way, shape, form, or whatever, like the police come in and just start like putting you in like re-education camps, and they burn evidence or whatever the fuck you're looking at. So it's stupid, but like apparently the the side character, she has a old flip phone. It's somehow having a flip phone, I can't even say, having a flip phone open for like 3 minutes or 5 minutes or something like that gives her abilities to block out the signal around their like chokers and their wrist wear devices, so that she can actually say like derogatory things, and she just want to say sex jokes. That's her whole MO. She don't want to do anything. She's not trying to perform any acts. She just wants to say sex jokes. Any type of double entendres or innuendos. That's all she wants to do. And it's so funny because she dresses up in like her mask persona, which is basically her putting clean underwear on her face, clean panties on her face to cover her face, and wear like a poncho naked underneath, and she just says dirty jokes and runs away. It's so stupid. Oh my god. But the main character is apparently a son of somebody who is all like, the father was also like into dirty jokes and being like free and expressing himself, and being open about his like his body and stuff like that. And he taught his son that at a young age, like, yo, your body is your temple. No one has the right to tell you what you can or can't do with your body. Yada yada yada. This world is jacked up. Blah 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 blah. But the other side characters on top of it is, mind you, both of the main characters are on the student council, and the student council main objective is to make sure their school stays pure and there's no like debauchery or any type of sexual hiccups and stuff like that in the school at all. So they're right underneath the president of making sure that they don't do the things that they're doing or they're trying to do. It's such a hilarious anime. It's so funny. Like, this, like, oh my god, the voice actor that plays Rimuru from the time I reincarnated as a slime, he actually has a voice. He voices one of the characters in it, and it's her character is hilarious. Like, oh my god, she's an artist and she can't draw with her hands, so she got to draw with her mouth. Like, she can draw with her hands, but she can't draw anything, sexual. But she learned how to draw with her mouth. It's so funny. Like, the whole thing. So basically, when I found out, I could watch it on Amazon, I instantly went to the 7-day free Crunchyroll thing. And so now I am going like ham, trying to just devour as much anime that I could possibly. So I watched all of that. I watched that in like a day and a half. I know Freeman season 2 is out and finished, so I wanna actually start that up. But before I start up Freeman, I'm actually gonna watch. I'm watching my Dress Up Darling season 2. I'm on like episode 3 or 4, I believe. But so after that, after my Dress Up Darling season 2, I want to go to Freerun season 2, and then after Freerun, I want to go to Apothecary Diary season 2, and then I can't think of anything right now after those 3, but I have until this coming Saturday to basically watch everything that oh wait, is it this coming Sunday? To watch everything that no, Saturday. I was right the first time. This coming Saturday to watch everything that I need to watch, and then cancel the 7-day trial over. But oh my gosh, I was in tears watching that anime. That thing was so dumb. It was right up my alley. Like, where I can't even talk about it because I want to start talking about plots and stuff. But every character is hilarious. Like, it's so funny. Like, and it's so funny because they never cross the line of actually talking about anything crazy, but because this is taken from our demographic of our sexuality in this world, all you know all the tropes. You know all the tropes of what they're trying to say without them even saying it. It is so funny. It is the funniest thing I've ever seen. But anyway, so between watching all this anime for the next like 6.5 days, 5.5 days now left, whatever, I'm still doing my schoolwork, which is once again hilarious because I'm phoning it in. When I tell you I'm phoning it in when it comes to my schoolwork, I'm like, it's too much stuff going on in the world, and it's too much stuff going on personally with me, where I'm just like, either I'm going to be the greatest like psychiatrist out there because of how I'm able to detach, or it's just going to be just, I don't know what the other or I want to learn how to like compartmentalize and be the greatest therapist ever. I don't know, like, because at this point I'm still getting straight A's, and I'm just like, the classes and courses where I am locked in, I'm locked in. But even still, I'm still like, do I need to finish? Like, is the orange shit box going to like push the button? Like, are we going to be in World War III tomorrow because of his dumb ass? Like, to the point where, alright, as much as I've been trying to avoid the news, it's hard to because it's everywhere. But like, the the fact that this idiot who got his book ghostwritten in The Art of the Deal literally is pit America in a war where he literally gets nothing. Well, let me rephrase that. He's getting a lot because of his insider trading with the stocks and stuff like that. Him and his family are making fucking billions of dollars. It's insane. But which is funny because I was a lot of the stock that he, never mind, I'm not gonna go into what I'm doing. But like it's yeah, it's wild. He's like making, him and his family are making buku money off of this bullshit ass fucking war that he started because he was trying to avoid the news talking about the Epstein files. Which is even funnier because one of the Congress people started naming names from the Epstein file on the floor. It's fucking dope. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, like this point, that's why I'm like, I'm happy that at least some of these like Democrats are out there just being like, enough is enough. Like, if y'all not going to talk about the Epstein files, I'm going to talk about that because it's disgusting. Like, if you still haven't read the Epstein files, then you're part of the problem, honestly. Like, because there's no reason for you not to have gone on like the government website and to look up what the fuck is on there and to see like the shit that they oh my god. Anyway, it's disgusting as fuck. But at the same time, like, inform yourself, educate yourself, because if you want to talk about anything but you have no understanding of what the fuck you're talking about, you're just going off of what you feel or what you think, at this point I'm just going to think you're just low educated. So, but regardless, oh my gosh, the I think it was like 2 Democrats that actually did that went on it, like, it started talking about the Epstein files on the floor. So in the public preview or like that. So kudos to them because well done. But yeah, like, I'm at the point where I'm like, that's what it is. He made a deal with Iran where he basically everything that happened before he started this dumbass war on the behest of fucking It's Not Real. Even though no one is talking about It's Not Real right now because they're just quiet. I swear, man, like, Netanyahu, I feel like I've been saying that he's been like not on this plane of existence for a while now, and I still believe that. Because here's my thing, I feel like just like how Fox News picked that masked man that was supposed to be another person on the news, and everybody's talking about it like that's clearly a mask. Like, which I'm so surprised that no one like the mask thing has been something that I knew about for like 5 years now, like a little bit longer than 5 years, because I knew about the mask before COVID, because, and I just got reminded about the mask during COVID because that's what a lot of the police force was using when they was trying to say that, you know, black people and other people were like breaking into stores and stuff like that. They were wearing these masks and they was vandalizing these stores to give them carte blanche to say these people are being violent, we gotta use excessive force. So I was already accustomed to these lifelike, you know, latex masks that, you know, move with the body, yada yada yada. So I'm just surprised that so many people wasn't, you know, up to date on that. But regardless, happy they're starting to notice that now. But anyway, it was just, so I feel like whoever had the Netanyahu mask on, after he, was bombed and, they was trying to fly his body around and have his body go to Germany and stuff like that. Yada, 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 before he, transpired. Like, now they're at the point where they're like, we can't keep on. We can't keep putting them out there like that because people are getting too close. But it's just been all quiet. Like, I'm not sure if they even still bombing people. Like, I'm not even sure it's not real still. But they could be. I don't know. Like I said, I've been trying to avoid the news. Because after the whole thing with the Ebola virus, popping back up, now, they, what's even crazier is the phrasing of the words of how they phrased this. There's like 18 people with Ebola virus escaped. Like, so they were hostages. I thought they was patients. So like 18 people who are suspected to have the Ebola virus escaped from where they was being held at after there was a tent fire that was burning up in the location where they was being held. So now they're in the wind. No one knows where they're at. And that's 18 different, individuals with this virus that can spread it at will now in any public area, which means this thing, they keep saying, oh, we're not, Africa is not in pandemic level yet, but it's close to it. America's safe. And this is how it's so funny. Every time they talk about it, they always be like, America's fine. America's safe. I mean, we have somebody that is in the States with Ebola. We have somebody in the States with the Antes Honda virus. We have someone in the States with the norovirus. But America's okay. We're fine. Don't be alarmed. Come on, man. It's wild. It's wild. But which is another reason why I was like, this is some bull malarkey, because again, anytime it rains, anytime, especially going back to the theory with the whole weather machine, they can pit different, inoculations or, pathogens, or originally it was meant originally for inoculation type stuff, like vaccines and stuff put into the atmosphere so that we can breathe it in, yada yada yada. But now it's the new way of attributing it to viruses, because even when the whole COVID thing happened, because it's airborne, a virus that is airborne is going to travel along with the wind. So regardless of what you're doing, is if you're outside, you're not masked up or like that, you're breathing in oxygen and it's in the wind. So people don't pay attention to that. It's hilarious. But regardless, that's why I was like, I'm getting in, doing my podcast and getting out, and I'm not going to be taking that long to do that. Even if it starts raining, I'm just going to stay in my car until it stops raining, and then do whatever else I need to do until, whatever. But it's wild. Anyway, going back to the deal. Beyond the fact that the Strait of Hormuz was already fucking open, Iran wasn't getting. They was getting the money that they usually would get for the oil, and that would be it, like the bare bones minimum. Now they was trying to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, then get the $2 million per ship that comes in, to get the barrels of oil on top of the money they gotta pay for the oil, yada yada. Even though everybody keep saying it's a $2 million flat fee to just come in and get the oil, anyway. Do your research. And then as well as being reimbursed for all the damages that was done by new U.S. Armory and stuff like that. Everything was going smooth. smoothly, if you will. Like it was supposed to be like another 2 month ceasefire. Everything was supposed to happen. They was going to move the blockade, but you know these dumbass Republicans was like, and this even Trump, because Trump got shitted on. Like he did the shitting, and then he does the shitting and is pampered, and then he got shitted on because of the fact that what he said about not caring about the American finances that went fucking super viral, like throughout the world, which is good. I'm glad it did. And basically being a point where everybody was like, "Nah, man, get this shit done." Like gas is like $5. Oh man, you got gas is still like $4.49 where I go, but like he almost got it done. He almost reopened. He almost got the deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz and everything like that. And the Republicans was like, "No, that's gonna make you look weak. You don't want to look weak. Keep it closed. Don't accept the deal." And this idiot was like, "Yeah, no, you're right. I don't want to look weak." So the deal was on the table again. Oh my god! Like, but ironically enough, now Iran is like, "Hey, anybody want to take out this orange piece of shit? We gonna give you $60 million." And instantly, that same day, there were shots fired on the White House. Oh man, the same day. As soon it was comical. It was comical. Like as soon as I seen one clip from TikTok being like, "Oh yeah, Iran put out a bounty on his head, and Yahoo," and like somebody else, I don't even know, I can't remember the third person, but they put a bounty on their head. It was like 60 million if you take them out, and like the next fucking clip was literally of this very attractive Asian reporter on the White House lawn, and then you just hear the shots ringing out behind her and her ducking down, and then, like you can hear her producer in the background like, "Get down, get down, get down." And I feel sorry for them for their, the trauma of fearing for their lives because of the shots, but like it was almost like it's like at this point it's like a movie. It's like a sitcom. It's like a comedy. It's like a comedy horror. That's what it is. It's a comedy horror like network show or something like that at this point. It's hilarious. Oh my gosh. So $6 million. I will recommend anybody who is interested in rewatching the comedy show The Whitest Kids, just for shits and giggles, if you will, because I feel like that was a fantastic show, very informative, very informative. If you know, you know. If you remember, get a reminder, a refresher. But yeah, Whitest Kids, great comedy show. But yeah, it's hilarious how fucked up the world is right now. But yeah, I have not watched the penultimate episode of Euphoria yet. I'm actually going to wait until next Sunday to watch the penultimate and the series finale, because every week I watch it. Every time it comes on, I watch it. Like as soon as 9 o'clock happens, I'm in front of my TV watching it. But I was like, it's been so well done. I just want to watch these 2 episodes back to back because I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait for these. I don't want to wait another week for the season finale, the series finale. Like I got to know like how this is going to end, and so I'm using my self-control, my willpower, and I'm just going to sit it out until next Sunday and just wait till that season finale. And luckily, I don't. I'm not on any like forums, or it's not that many people on like TikTok and anything like that talking about Euphoria. I don't know why, but I'm cool with that because I don't want it or need it to be spoiled. That's the funny thing about it. I don't care about spoilers. Like, it was never a thing. Like, if somebody is going to share something of how they feel or her perspective of it, that's fine. That's their perspective. When I watch something, I am going to have my own perspective, and I'm going to be walking my own journey with the characters and, you know, the way I perceive it. So when people be like, "Oh, I didn't like it," or "I liked it because of X, Y, and Z," blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I'm looking forward to see what I'm going to interpret from that, you know. But this season for me has been phenomenal, phenomenal. I feel bad, and it was also sad because I did giggle a little bit because I feel bad because I enjoyed the actress that played in the first two seasons, the heavyset one that became the sugar baby, and like I thought her character was great. I thought it was going in a great direction. I'm sad that whatever arguments or things that sparked off between her and the director and the direction for her character wasn't, you know, something that they could work together with. And it was just it was bad because it was one of those things where, of course, people still want to talk to her, they want to interview her and stuff like that, and they have to, of course, break up the show because it's back and it's on and it's doing phenomenal. And her response is as, you know, honest as she can be for a young actress, of just being like, what she say, how she framed it, she was like, yeah, I mean, it's great to be on a number one show when you're working, but when you're not doing anything, you're just not doing anything. And I'm like, true, the writer strike and then the actor strike held up a lot of shit. Then of course, when everything got back to normal, Zendaya had all the Spider-Man films she was doing. She had the drama she was doing. She was getting work after work after work. She had Dune, all this stuff. Sydney Sweeney was doing her flops. Like, here's the funny thing about it. I still remember her in that one movie, which I can't remember the name of it. It was when she was a photographer and she was basically taking pictures of a couple that was across the street from her, and then it became this psychological, like, sex thriller, if you will, when they seduced her and got her to come over. But by the end of it, it turned out that they were the ones who were taking photos of her as well, but they was a more substantial, like, photographer team, if you will, and they set her up to make her think that she, like, found them and then broke up their relationship because of blah. It was it was like this really fucked up, beautiful, like, narrative of photos that they was, like, creating through all this drama. It was a great one. This was before, like, Euphoria. This was before, like, you know, all the stuff that was happening with her as an actress. But I find it funny now because after that whole, like, debacle of not just the jeans, but apparently she was, like, trying to hit on fucking Tom Holland, which is wild. So, like, apparently there's background stuff where, like, nobody fucks with Sydney Sweeney on the cast of, like, Euphoria, which is why she has her own storyline type shit. Because, and only time you really see Zendaya and you know, Sydney Sweeney's character, like Rue and Cassie in the scene together, is when everybody is together and there's even the barest, briefest of blips of them. But like, but mainly because of the fact that the director has a thing for Sydney Sweeney because she is willing and open to showing off her breast. Because of that, like that's why she has her, you know, which I'm going to say this. She was willing to show her breast through season 1 and season 2, because she did show season 1, season 3. I don't until there. I always had a thing when I was a kid, when I was younger, where unless you can see the face and the other nude body parts, it was a body double. And that goes with any type of actor, actress. Even when it came down to like Michael Fassbender, Michael Fassbender shows off his goods in that movie. In that one movie, he had no qualms of coming out and having his, you know, his, you know what I mean, you know. So unless there's, because most of the times there's body doubles when it comes to that. You can see the artist's face, their like the male's face, their chest, their ass, stuff like that. But then they'll cut it off and blah blah. Mark Wahlberg, even though I can't remember if they were saying it was a prosthetic that he used or not, because you can use prosthetics and shit like that. There are, what's it called? The fur panties or like that, or fur undies and shit that you can wear that has fake pubes on there, so it can cover up, so you can be completely stark naked but have that on. Amanda Peet was in the whole 9 yards. She was fully, yeah, I mean, fully nude. But unless you actually can see the face with the whole body, then it's usually a body double. That was always kind of like my like concept when it comes down to it. Like, kudos to them, honestly. I honestly feel if you have the, you know, ovaries or testicles to present yourself in that type of manner, Jamie Lee Curtis, if you have your, you know, the cojones, if you will, to present yourself that way, I say go for it. There's no reason. There's nothing stopping you except for like your own modesty or your own way of living. If you don't choose to do it, also good for you, because you have your boundaries and you're standing up for yourself. You know, it is what it is. Like, for me, sex is not something that always has to be in films, but at the same time, we live in a real world. Like, this is not Saved by the Bell. Like, if it's a thing where there's talks about, you know, growing up and being in intimate situations, then cool. But if there's no reason to talk about intimate situations, then cool. There's no reason to fucking do it. But if you're having adult topics and adult situations, like, yeah, Sharon Stone stuff, like from Basic Instinct to what was that one? It was that one film with her and one of the Baldwin brothers that was fucking amazing. He was like this. He owned the building, but he was like this stalker, and he had like cameras in all of the fucking, like, it was like in this day and age, it would have been like a horror movie, yada yada yada. But it was like a sensual thriller back in the day, and shit like that. It was a great fucking scene. Like, Madonna actually did a new scene. Was that the one with Willem Dafoe? I think it was one with Willem Dafoe. Like, Willem Dafoe was a police officer or detective, and she was a suspect, but then she turned out to be like a victim. Like, it was what was the name of that movie? That was a movie. That was a good movie. That was the one where um, I just remember the scene where they was in. It was two scenes. It was two erotic. Well, not erotic. Well, erotic scenes. Well, not erotic cut, but it was. They was at the. They was in the garage, as she steps up on a car, smashes the light over top of the car. The glass fucking spreads on the hood. She lifts up her skirt, her dress. Willem Dafoe start eating her out, and then she wraps around and spins him around so that he can lay on the hood of the car. Then the glass from the light bulb goes into his back as like she rides down on his face, and then now it's like sitting on his face on top of the hood. Phenomenal scene, phenomenal directing. And then there was the one where basically he like forces himself on her. He handcuffs her and just goes in from the back, and that was their version of like him taking control of her in that situation instead of her taking control of him in that situation. It was, yeah, but I can't remember the name of that movie. But I gotta look it up now. I haven't thought about that movie in years, actually. Now that I think about it, but yeah, like the 90s was the Wild West when it came to movies. Like those movies could not be made today. But regardless. I can't wait to see how this is, especially with the whole Nate like storyline, because it's okay. When it comes down to the layers of characters for all of them, I honestly feel like the only character that does not deserve any fucking drama in their fucking life is Maddy. I feel like Maddy is literally like the best person ever. She didn't do anything wrong. She never did anything wrong. Maddy has consistently from season 1 through season 3 done nothing wrong. She has not done anything wrong whatsoever. She has literally just been a loyal friend throughout every season and literally gets shit on in every season. Like, she got cheated on. Like, it was fucked up. She got, like, I mean, it was a lot more shit that went into it, but, like, Maddy was just, like, Maddy's Maddy, man. Like, that's the only one where I'm just like, yo, I'm hoping, I'm praying, I'm fingers crossing it that nothing happens to Maddy. Like, Maddy somehow, like, just wins. She just wins. I just want Maddy to win. I just want Maddy to win. That's it. I just want her to win. Cassie could die. Actually, I don't want Cassie to die. I want Cassie to suffer humiliation and just, like, losing everything. I want her to, like, have to work at, like, a fast food restaurant or some shit. Like, I want her just, because fuck Cassie, man. She, like, I'm fuck Cassie. Like, her sister, I want her sister to grow the fuck up. I really want her sister to grow the fuck up. Like, her sister's so talented, but she's so bogged down by keeping herself under the shadow of fucking Cassie. I just want her to grow the fuck up. And, like, don't be a hater. Stop being a hater. Like, I get it. Like, your sister was always the it girl and shit like that. Nobody really paid attention to you. But, like, I'm just mad because she shitting over Fez, man. Like, what the fuck, man? Go talk to Fez, man. The man hurting. And rest in peace to the actor who played Fez. But, like, Fez is alive in jail in this goddamn storyline. Talk to Fez, man. He ain't do nothing wrong. He was under the circumstances that he was given. and you fucked with him, and now you don't want to fuck with him. Some bullshit. But anyway, like the layers of it, I feel some type of way about it, because like it's the age of him getting into adulthood and not knowing how to take care of it, because sadly his father gave him a bill of goods and shit. Like, his father wasn't real with him. His father was dishonest about a lot of shit, and he didn't teach his son how to be a man or be a good man. And it's I feel bad. I feel, as much as I be laughing at the scenes, I feel bad for. I be feeling bad for Nate. I do, man. I be feeling bad for Nate. Now, even when it comes down to Jules, I said this previously in my podcast. I was like, I don't like the makeup that they put on her for this season. I didn't realize that the makeup was literally just showing how ugly she is as a person. Like, I was so bothered with the last episode when the assault happened, because fuck you, man. Like, fuck you, Jules. Like, my thing was this. I was so happy that Rue did not break. I was so happy to see her in the church, in that church scene. I was so happy that her mom called, and then my heart dropped when you find out that the squad knows where her mom actually lives at and her sister lives at. I was like, fuck. Because now I was like, did the mom call because he was sitting right there at the table with her? Like, was he sitting right across from her? And that's why she was like talking. She called her. Like, or did he just leave? Or, yeah, I mean, like right after, like right before the mom called. Like, my heart dropped, man. But anyway, like, I was so happy Rue didn't crack and didn't go like and just start using it again. Cause like the pressure, man. Janae Aiko, the pressure, man. Like, jeez. Between being an informant, between almost getting their head knocked off with the croquet mallet. Oh, man. Knowing that she was an accessory to murder, basically, because she took her ex-boo to the rehab, and you know they killed her. She ain't run over. They killed her, man. You know they killed her, man. They ain't do no paperwork or nothing, man. They killed her, man. I mean, hopefully I'm wrong. Fingers crossed. She show up in the last episode and shit. It starts lighting shit up. Hopefully, I don't know. Or her and Rue run away together. I don't know. But like, man, they like she died. She ran away or some, man, shit. Anyway, man, I love that show. I like, Euphoria is my shit. I love that fucking show. But yeah, I honestly, I don't have anything else to really talk about in this podcast. Today was just, I want to get it out there. I just wanted to talk, get out the house, because I can talk about the house thing, for a house situation with my roommate. Like, it got to the point where I was so annoyed with my roommate. Because, alright, I don't have the ability right now to be as mobile as I want to. My back is healing and stuff like that, but it's a process. The healing journey, like anything, is not a straight line. It goes back and forth. So during this week or so, I was dealing with the whole fact that like I thought like I was going to lose my leg at one point during this past week because it didn't feel right. Like even when I was moving around stuff like that, it just didn't feel right. And at the same time, this my leg not feeling right. It was a whole thing where she literally goes and she gets like this like new shower like attachment thing like that. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever like that. She sees me coming down, hobbling past her, and she's like, "Can you pick this upstairs or like that?" So I was like, "Yeah, I'll take it upstairs." And she's like, "And hook it up." And I was like, once again, do you think you can go and hook this thing up? And she like, no. So I was like, if you feel like you can't hook this thing up, and we know why, because her standing and yada yada yada. I'm like, how do you think I can pick this up? I can barely walk back and forth upstairs and yada yada yada. You walk up and down the stairs more than I do. Which I'm so happy about this because soon I won't have to walk upstairs at all. Or walk up and down the stairs unless I'm coming out to go shopping or taking the trash out because I'm about to get the Ninja 12-in-1 air fryer traditional oven broiler fucking double decker layer set show where I can make 2 different meals or 2 different levels and blah blah blah. That shit's coming tomorrow. I'm so happy. I am so fucking happy because I'm going to be using this shit out that shit. Like, I got my pizzas, I got my breakfast burritos, I got my fucking, like, I'm making everything in that bitch. I'm so happy. I'm ecstatic. But anyway, and that was going to be great because when I do get either my hitcher or my RV, that, I'm going to have my fucking, conventional oven, air fryer and shit like that. It's gonna be fucking fantastic. So, regardless. So I'm like, it's selfish and it's fucking rude that you keep asking me to do stuff that you know I'm not capable of doing at this moment. Because my whole thing is, as I said before, all I want to do is help people. But because of my injuries and stuff like that, I can't physically help people the way I used to back in the day. The people that aren't close to me might not understand why or understand what's going on with me physically, but the people who are air quotes closest to me, hell, live with me, understand this. Like, I walk around with a cane or like that. Like, I can't stay upright and mobile all the time and shit like that. Like, I'm basically almost bedridden to a point of being like, it's easier for me to lay in bed than it is to like go in a room and sit down for like hours and just sit there. Like, I gotta work out, which I have been doing, working out. I got that like assistant crunch mat thing that's on TikTok and everything. Shit is dope. I love that thing. And doing other like cardio workouts and stuff, but like it's just insensitive as fuck. Because it's like, if you know somebody can't do something, stop saying or offering stuff or asking for stuff where you know it's not fucking possible or capable. It's irksome. So I was just like, I just went in. I was like, it's rude, it's selfish, I'm tired of it. I was like, when it comes down to it, I don't feel like a part of this family. Because point blank period, if I were to do something to help you or help anybody else and I mess my back up or I can't walk anymore, y'all not helping me with anything. I was like, if something happened to you, you're still good because, hey, I am here to support you in that way. But at the same time, you got, your niece who literally brought you like fucking 8 packs of water and shit like that and brought them in the house for you. You got your brother who literally picked you up to take you out for dinner or breakfast or like that for your birthday, and anytime there's any midterms or voting things, he grips you up and drives you to the voting polls and stuff like that. You got other people who literally are calling and checking on you and shit like that. Like, people coming in to be like, yo, you need anything because we're going grocery shopping, so we could pick you up something to bring it over to you. Like, I'm not getting that. And she's like, well, people ask about you all the time. People asking you about me when they got my number. And you don't even know anything about me because once, again, point blank period, they, the blood family has no clue what's going on in my situation with the courts with my daughter. Because nobody asks me shit, and I don't trust them enough to tell them shit just on the strength of just being like, hey, let me call you up to tell you what's going on with my family. Because, point blank period, and I told her the roommate this week too. I was like, it's been 5.5 years. 5.5 years since all this shit went down. Nobody from my blood family has ever been into a situation where they was like, hey, let's have a family meeting, let's see if we can look up some lawyers or attorneys and stuff like that deals with the situation, deals with this. Let's try to help you get your daughter back. Let's try to figure out what we can do legally to expedite this process to help you reconnect with your daughter. None of that shit. Not even to the barest minimum of being like, hey, we don't know what your plan is or what you're doing, but we want to help. How can we help? Is there any way that we can help? None of that. They can have all these meetings about the house, which they still fucking flake on. They can have meetings and get a bunch of money for funeral fees and shit like that for everybody when they die. But, other than that, they can fucking get together for, people's baby showers or them graduating the police force, or yada, yada, yada. All this shit. And I'm like, I don't know what I did to any of them personally, because my recollection, I didn't do shit to any of them except for help them out whenever they needed help with anything. And anytime anybody needed to move or something like that, they would ask me to help and I would help. Anytime anything came down to a fucking family situation and they needed help with anything, I would help. So besides helping anybody, I don't know what I did negatively to them to make them fucking ostracize me or some shit. Regardless of me being the black sheep of the family, being the one who enjoys being free and vocal and enjoying my liquor and stuff like that. That had nothing to do with them. It's not like I was going around literally being a wino, vomiting at family get-togethers because I'm fucking drunk or shit like that. I don't even do that around my friends. Hell, I only passed out twice around my friends. Which, those are some great nights, by the way. But regardless, I'm like, if I get fucked up, I'm by myself. If they get fucked up, they got support from everybody. I was like, it's fucking crazy. I was like, the best analogy is if I'm coming to y'all being like, I want to paint the house, then I don't want to hear y'all motherfuckers coming in afterwards giving me suggestions on what paint and shit like that, because I already know what I'm doing already. And that's the whole point. Y'all not gonna come into the fact after the fact when it's been 5.5 years and all this shit going down, and now y'all want to jump in and being like, oh, let's jump in and do shit now. Y'all should have been there 5.5 years ago, and it should have been like, what's going on? How can we do this shit like that? And not because I'm telling you or mentioning this shit, but because of the fact that when it comes down to it, this is what family is supposed to be. But it clearly isn't when it comes to them and it comes to me. So I'm like, fuck it. So when it came down to it, I was just like, I'm good. I'm done. Just to be clear, I don't feel like I'm a part of this family, and I'm totally okay with that. And I look forward to, now that all this stuff is happening with me and my daughter and all this stuff is playing out exactly how I planned it and it's going swimmingly now, I'm ecstatic, because point blank period, when everything goes exactly as planned, I'm going to do exactly what I already said I was going to do. Reintroduce my daughter to everybody and tell her the truth. None of these people help get you back. Everybody literally looked the other way when it came down to trying to figure out how I can get you back. So, regardless of whatever you endured and went through, or situations that you experienced, stuff like that, it could have been lesser if these individuals took the time or took the opportunity to help, but clearly they didn't. So because they didn't, here's the truth of the matter. We're not fucking with them anymore. Because I only fuck with people that's going to help me get my daughter back. And I have a few associates, few companions, few people that I do share this with. But I don't trust anybody else. Like, I keep it real close to the chest when it comes down to what I'm doing with my daughter. Like, even what I'm saying and sharing here on the podcast is brief, like, interludes of the things that's going on in the full totality of everything that's happening. But when it comes down to it, know this, I won. And I am so happy and ecstatic about my victory. But that being said, leaving this on a high note, I'm excited that things are going the way they're going. My health is improving. I am losing weight. When I do finally am able to engage and, raise my daughter again, like, I'll be able to run, and we'll be able to take hikes and ride bikes and whatever else that, she likes to do. If she likes to, like, rollerblade or, whatever like that, we'll be able to go out and do those things. Because, like I said, healing is a journey, healing is a process, and I'm getting to a better position of being able to be more active and athletic when it comes down to my mobility. Just ebbs and flows. But regardless of all that, I'm going to run, do my shopping, probably get some nibbles. I don't know, I might get Chinese food today. Because I've been eating pizza a lot. I've been getting the oven-made pizza a lot. So I was thinking about getting pizza today from but at this point I don't really need it. But I think I might get Chinese food again. I love the Chinese food that's in this the Dragon Phoenix order of General Tso's chicken and shrimp is so delicious. And then it's so crazy because I always have like 2 meals from it. I'll eat like the meat and vegetables part of it, and I'll save the white rice because I'll use like sriracha sauce on a day old rice and eat like sriracha sauce and rice together. It's so good. Oh, the sriracha sauce and rice is so delicious. Oh, it's yeah. Anyway, I'll be taking my leave. I hope y'all have a good week. Hope y'all enjoy yourselves. Stay safe. Stay masked up if you can. If you choose to. Of course, continue to stay hygienically sound. Hopefully, stay aware of all the different viruses that are out and accumulating around. Yo, it's gonna be wild if somebody get like this super, like, Ebola, Nava, Andes, hantavirus. Like, all 3? Oh my gosh. That'd be ridiculous. Anyway, that might be... Oh, I forgot. The chemical fucking refinery in California where they fucking are like telling people from Orange County and shit like that to go and evacuate. Well, it's not Orange County. I think it's like Garden Grove or something like that, which I was trying not to laugh at because it sounded like Angel Grove from Power Rangers. But regardless, like, that shit about to blow. Like, it's so much shit going on. Anyway, I hope everybody stays safe, keep to themselves, or, find their loved ones and hunker down. Read your Second Amendment laws again. Go buy some fucking ammo and get your guns. And just stay safe. Alright. Hope y'all have a good one. And thank you for traversing this verse with me. Until then, I'll talk to y'all next time. This has been a Troyiverse production.